So after resetting my stats from max infamy a couple of weeks ago, I've been living the daily grind of trying to rank up fast, and I often get asked the question, what is the best way to level up fast? But there's one thing that a lot of people do not realize when they're trying to rank up from the early infamies is that you have to fulfill the $200 million offshore account before you can actually turn infamous. Now, I say in the early infamies, once you're 5th infamy and above, you do not need to carry any money in your offshore account in order to go infamous. But before that, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and before you turn 5, you do need $200 million in your offshore account before you can. So, if you guys already know that, then what the hell is this video all about? Well, of course, I have a couple of pointers that I think are worth sharing, seeing as I'm going through it right now. And no one really wants to be in the spot where you are level 100, but you only have 150 million in your offshore account, and that just means that you're going to have to grind a lot of heists out where you're not getting no XP, you're just doing it for the money, and that's not really efficient. So, here are my tips. Before I start though, I do want to say that this does not involve ECM rushing, Shadow Raid, or any other heist for that matter. I just thought I'd mention that because if I didn't, someone would mention it to me, but that is obviously a strategy you could use. So, first off, how does this happen? Why do we always come up short in the first infamy? Well, basically one of the main things is once you turn infamy 1 and you unlock that infamy tree, you actually get a 5% infamy bonus for the completion of every heist that you do after it, which is great. Of course, you get the XP, but there's no cash that comes with it. So you're actually ranking up to level 100 faster without cash that goes with it. So there is an actual way that you can look at this. Overall XP to reach level 100 from 0 is around 23 million. So after every heist and you get to level 100, you've actually accumulated 23 million point something XP. If you get a 5% bonus after each heist, it's actually like reducing that 23 million by 5%, which is about 1.1 million, which means it's like you are starting your second infamy as a level 50, which is insane because it actually takes 1.1 million XP just to get to level 50. So think about all those heists that you would do to get to level 50 that you're just wiping that cash out by getting that 5% infamy bonus. And then of course when you turn infamy 2, you're actually going to get another 5%, so now the bonus is 10%. Because it stacks, and then of course that's like starting at level 59, and then of course you've got infamy 3, you've got infamy 4, and you've got infamy 5, which all carry XP boosts and no cash boosts. So chances are is that you're going to be short offshore cash when you reach level 100. So what is the strategy? Well, there's a couple of things you can actually do to help. First off, you don't have to spend the infamy point and get the XP bonus. Now I know that does sound a little crazy, but you don't have to do it. It's not like you are required to, but you also do get the skill tier reductions when you spend these points, so it's kind of your choice at the end of the day. Secondly, I always recommend to anyone wanting to level up fast to do a stealth heist, get a beefy stealth bonus, like I think it's like 25% for frame in frame, you can do a 20% for election day, and then immediately jump into like a Hoxton breakout, and you get this massive XP boost. Well, guess what that does? Well, it boosts your XP, but it doesn't boost your cash, so as long as you're below infamy 5, this is probably not the most efficient way when you're struggling for offshore, because you don't get an offshore boost, you just get an XP boost, which means that you're going to reach level 100 faster without the cash, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Third, and this is the biggest thing you can do really, is make sure on every single heist that you get every single piece of loot available. I recommend making a saw build immediately for bank heists, ATMs, things like that. If you're going to do rats, which is great XP, cook every single bag, take every bag off the bus. If it blows up, then you just restart. Anything or any heist that requires lugging a lot of bags, a golden grin, then it's going to be big money, and big money equals big offshore cash. Number 4, stay away from pro jobs. Pro jobs will give you the XP boost, they won't give you the cash boost to go with it. Again, these are great if you're over infamy 5 and offshore is not an issue, but getting that extra XP boost and no cash is going to hurt. Another thing to look out for is the XP boost that you can get from not doing heists for a while. If you look on CrimeNet, the little symbol there, you'll see a little plus sign, and then when you hover over the heist itself, it will show you a percentage increase you'll get, and that's due to not doing the heist for a while. Stay away from those. Those will actually hurt you too. You don't get cash boosts to go with them at the same time. And fifth, there's a couple of heists that have been nerfed. And I'm talking about Shadow Raid as a prime example. actually playing the heist and not ECM rushing, get all bags. You're not actually going to get a huge amount of XP, but you will get a huge amount of money because they didn't nerf the amount of money you get, they just nerfed the XP that goes with it. So on Death Wish, for example, if you get the armor, it's about 1 million per piece, and there's 4 pieces. And I know you hate it, but walk them damn artifacts. If you can walk 2 or 3 of those artifacts out, those are 1 million a piece too. Another heist, Go Bang, that was reduced in XP, but pretty good money if you take all of the deposit boxes and ATMs. So a big one. If you really want the mother of all cash cows and you have the time, do Overdrill. 40 million, I think, 42 million offshore. Takes about an hour and 10, 15 minutes or whatever, 80 bags of gold or whatever it is. Do it, it's 40 million. And finally, number 6. Now this one should go without saying, but I added it on the end. Do not use the contract broker to buy any heist. Scour CrimeNet. Sit there for 5 minutes if you need to, but wait for the heist to come up. Heists are expensive. I think Hoxton Breakout is about 5 million from your offshore money. And I think you only get 10 or 11 million back. Now, if that just popped up on CrimeNet, there's a big $5 or $6 million difference there. So wait it out, or join lobbies. That's probably one of the easiest ones if you want to. Or if you have friends, let them buy them for you if they've got the cash. But do not buy the heists. That is a big one, a very, very big one. And that's about it. That's about all the tips that I have. Like I say, you can cheat your way through it. You can hack bags. You can ECM rush. Basically take the cheap route. But if you want to grind it like it's supposed to be played, then I hope these tips will help.